Hello everyone, this is me Nasni, faculty Silver Hills Public School. Let us look into a new lesson, Our Environment, class 5. Environment is the place where we live. Over the years, human beings have made so many changes in the environment. The stage of the earth that we are seeing now is the cause of centuries of exploitation of earth and its resources. Moreover, earth cannot restore its balance because of environmental pollution. Human beings and human force has created and destroyed the life on the earth. Humans play a valid role in the degradation of our environment. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about pollution, different types of pollution, air pollution, water pollution, land pollution, noise pollution, saving the environment. Here, Gandhiji's words have more relevance in this century. The earth, the air, the land and the water are not an inheritance from our forefathers, but on loan from our children. So, we have to hand over to them at least as it was handed over to us. Are we bothered of our future generation? There is a sufficiency in the world for man's need, but not for man's greed. Words by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Our earth can give us everything which are needed for us, but earth is helpless when we are greedy. So, there is sufficiency in the world for man's need, but for man's greed, earth is helpless. And every year on June 5th, we celebrate Environmental Day. And the quote, "It is not yours nor mine, it's ours, so protect our mother who nourished you." And this Environmental Day, we give awareness on the protection of our environment. In the schools, we conduct many competitions and we plant saplings. All these are for giving awareness to protect our environment. And every year on April 22nd, we celebrate Earth Day. Our main aim is to give awareness on environmental protection. Now, what is an environment? The things around us form an environment. An environment contains both living and non-living things. Living things means plants, animals and human beings. Plants, animals and human beings, they depend on non-living things. We breathe air, we need water, we drink water. Without water, we cannot survive. And we get raw materials like soil, sand, stones from earth to build buildings and for construction of many things. So, if we damage non-living things like here we mentioned air, water, soil, then it will affect badly to human beings and generally for living things. Now, what is pollution? The addition of harmful substances to the environment which make it unfit or dirty is called pollution. The substances that cause pollution are called pollutants. Pollution has harmful effects on plants, animals and human beings. We begin with air pollution. Air in the cities contain a lot of impurities, smoke from industries, smoke from vehicles. They contaminate air. These cause air pollution. In the villages, many houses, they still use firewood and coal for cooking. They emit smoke. This also pollute our air. And smoke from firecrackers also contributes to air pollution. People who breathe in polluted air suffer from respiratory diseases like asthma, breathing problems and lung cancer. Look at these pictures, smoke from factories, burning wood and smoke from vehicles, they contribute to air pollution. Next, greenhouse effect. Gases like carbon dioxide and methane, they trap sun's heat and this effect is called greenhouse effect. And over the years of this greenhouse effect, temperature on the earth increases. This causes melting of ice from the polar region and global warming is caused because of this. And let us look over the years, increase in the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere due to the pollution has led to gradual rise in the earth's temperature. This is called global warming. Global warming can cause the ice at the polar region to melt and leading to a rise in sea level and ultimately causes floods. Next, water pollution. The main sources of water pollution are the waste from industries and the sewage pipelines that come from homes and buildings and factories. In the villages, lakes or rivers are polluted due to various reasons. Villagers depend on the lake or river for washing clothes and bathing animals. Soap and waste will enter into this water sources. Then solid waste are dumped in the water, also cause water pollution. Nowadays we could see the chicken stalls, the waste from chicken stall, they dump waste in the rivers and water sources. The oil spillage also is the main cause of water pollution, and the ships which carry oil make cause spillage, and this oil makes a coating over water and this prevents oxygen entering into water, and this causes the aquatic life, they cannot breathe and ultimately they die, and this affects aquatic life and fishermen, etc. Then pollution of water makes it unfit for drinking and human consumption. Sewage contains harmful germs that cause diseases like cholera, diarrhea and typhoid. Next, land pollution. We know that in our surroundings we throw our waste. We don't throw actually, people they throw waste, and this waste they accumulate, they pile up. Ultimately germs, mosquitoes, they get a nice breeding place. This causes foul smell around that place and causing land pollution. And dumping waste like plastic bags, glass and metal containers cause land pollution. Overuse of chemicals such as fertilizers, insecticides and pesticides also cause land pollution. Farmers, they use fertilizers, they are chemicals, and they mix in the soil. Then during rainy season, these fertilizers, insecticides and these are chemicals, they mix with water and they ultimately enters into this water sources and contaminates and affects the life of aquatic animals and plants. Next, soil erosion. Soil is held together by roots of trees. Deforestation means a cutting of trees and make the soil loose, and the loose soil is easily carried away by the blowing wind. The rainwater also washes away the soil. The process of removal of the top layer of soil by wind and rainwater is called soil erosion. Humus is much more present in the top soil. Humus means what remains of dead animals and plants. When animals and plants they die, microorganisms they feed on these dead matters and they mix in the soil, ultimately they are deposited in the top layer of the soil. Due to soil erosion, what happens, this humus also carries away from that place and the land becomes so barren and it becomes unfit for agriculture and affects plants life, and ultimately it affects animal life also. Next, let us revise this. Smoke from automobiles cause dash pollution. Smoke from automobiles cause which pollution? Smoke from automobiles cause which pollution? Air pollution. The waste from industries and the sewage pipelines are the sources of which pollution? Water or air? Water pollution. And dumping of waste like plastic bags, glass containers, metal containers cause dash pollution. Land pollution. Next, the roots of trees hold the dash together. Soil or water? Of course, soil. Okay. Now, next, noise pollution. Noise pollution is caused by the loud sounds of speakers, and it disturbs the normal life of animals and human beings. Honking of vehicles and loudspeakers, television, etc. cause noise pollution. Noise pollution may result hypertension, hearing impairment, heart disease and sleep disturbances. And how to save our environment from all these exploitation, that is what we are going to discuss now. First thing, reducing air pollution by using the vehicles only when needed and walking or cycling in short distances. Cycles, they do not emit smoke, and for short distances cycles are preferred. If your school is very close to your home, you are advised to take cycles, or you can come by foot, and this way we can reduce air pollution. Next, factories should be kept far away from the residential areas, and also these gases that are coming out of factories, the contaminants are filtered, and the smoke which are letting out from the factories should be free from pollutants, and the smoke and gases produced from the factories should be processed and made safe before letting out through chimneys. Next, treatment of waste from factories and sewage from homes before being let into water bodies. We know that factories, waste from factories, they contain harmful contaminants, and it affects the life of aquatic animals and plants. So, they are treated first, then only letting it to flow into the water resources. So, the waste disposal, sewage plants should be set in schools and factories and hospitals, etc. Next, saving the environment. Planting more trees to reduce air pollution, to get pure air to breathe and to prevent soil erosion. We have learned that soil erosion can be prevented by planting trees. Soil are gathered and hold together by the roots of plants, and if plants and trees are not there, soil can be washed away easily from that site. So, more and more plants are planted to avoid, to reduce soil erosion, and we have learned that smoke from factories, smoke from vehicles, they contaminate air, and carbon dioxide content increases. If you are planting more and more trees, what happens? The trees, they use this carbon dioxide for the preparation of a food by the process called photosynthesis, everyone knows. So, and this way in turn they give out fresh air, oxygen to the atmosphere. Next, using cloth bags instead of polythene bags. Why cloth bags are preferred over polythene bags? Because polythene is a non-biodegradable substance. It will not mix in the soil. Even if you are keeping it for thousands or 2000s or 3000s of years, it will not mix in the soil. So, it is advisable to use these kinds of organic things, organic bags, jute bags, cloth bags, etc. Next, using environment friendly manners and natural fertilizers instead of using powerful chemicals as pesticides and fertilizers. Farmers are advised to use the fertilizers which are environment friendly. You know that pesticides, they destroy pests. Farmers, they want to escape from the attack of a pest, that is true, but these pesticides they mix in the soil and they ultimately end up to the water sources, and this affects plants and aquatic life also in the water bodies. Next, proper management and disposal of waste. We know that waste are dumped in open land, and certain non-biodegradable waste are burnt. Incinerators are used for burning it. Biogas generation, our kitchen waste can be put in biogas plant and this tank, and we get slurry. Slurry can be used as a manure, and gas generated can be used for cooking, and this is a good manner. We can reuse our waste in a useful manner. Composting, we can make a pit in our kitchen garden, and vegetables and fruit peels can be put in it, and after a month we can see that they get mixed in the soil. And next is vermicomposting, and the red worms are added in the compost, and red worms, they feed on this waste materials, and their excreta is a nice manure. This can be utilized as a good manure. Next, construction of factories far away from the main cities. Next, solar energy. It will not give out pollution, and it protects our environment. Use of solar energy should be encouraged. Now, you can see, we can end the lesson. Let us just recall what we have learned today. We have discussed about pollution. Pollution means the process of dirtying our environment. Air pollution means dirtying air. There are various causes: smoke from factories, and smoke from villages. We have seen villages, they use wood and coal for cooking, and these emit smoke into the environment. Next, greenhouse effect. We have seen greenhouse effect and global warming, then water pollution, land pollution, soil erosion, noise pollution, and how to save our environment. Now, look at this girl. She is familiar to all of you. She is Greta Thunberg. Every Friday, instead of attending the class, she set out for a campaign called Friday is for a Future. The name of the campaign is Friday is for Future, and you can read about her. Now, I hope you have understood this lesson. One cannot clean or save our environment, but you have to think. You have to think globally, but act locally. You can do all these safety measures, and you should be aware of your future generation. Then each and everyone in the globe, automatically they also should think about it, and automatically our globe will be saved for the future generation. Thank you.